Let's go ahead and take the question to Chat GPT here and see what they have to say. What are the top 10 best suburbs here in Orlando? All right, some of these I'm going to agree with and some of them I might disagree with. I'm going to go ahead and show you some of the areas that it believes to be some of the top 10 suburbs here in Central Florida. And there are so many more, but I wanted to get this narrowed down. That way, maybe if you have any questions on any others, you could go ahead and reach out to us. But let's get into number 10, which is going to be Kissimmee. Kissimmee, Florida is located, if we were to divide Orlando into quadrants, you'll have the Interstate 4, you see this 4, you have the Interstate 4 that goes directly through it, and then you would have Interstate 408, which is this number right here, 408, that goes right through it. And so what that does is it divides Orlando into quadrants. And the bottom, South Orlando, you're gonna find Kissimmee, right through the middle of the quadrant. And so Kissimmee is a great area to live, specifically if you wanna be close to Orlando, and also at the same time close to Disney. Disney for Kissimmee, depending on how deep you go into Kissimmee, will be about 30 to 45 minutes away from where Disney is. So you're not that far away. Osceola County is ranked for short-term rental. So if you're looking for an investment property, there are some communities that have no HOA. That is another cool thing about Kissimmee. No HOA, communities that allow short-term rental. And actually that's one of the only counties besides Polk and Osceola that you can actually have Airbnbs. You're about 30 minutes from the airport, maybe 30 minutes from Disney. And so you're right in the middle of everything. You have the opportunity of moving more north to go to downtown Orlando, which is another 45 minutes. So we have a joke here in Orlando. It's everything is 30 minutes away from everything. And Kissimmee is probably the greatest example of that. So that's why Kissimmee is one of the top suburbs here in Central Florida. So we're gonna move up the ways, and our next location is going to be a little town up here in the Northeast, and it is called Sanford. Sanford has blown up recently. They recently redid the downtown area. There is actually amazing little bars, restaurants, and things of that nature. A lot of people love going there. I heard they have this great little German spot. Haven't been there yet, but I heard the schnitzel is amazing. Located in that top right quadrant, it's close to the beaches, about 30 minutes away, depending on traffic, 20-30 minutes away. You're looking at New Smyrna Beach, Daytona. My favorite is New Smyrna. If you like Bike Week, if you like NASCAR, Daytona is gonna be your spot.
Boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing, boys!
But Sanford is also known for its airport. It has a small airport located close by. It also has flights going out of there more now than before. They also have this beautiful lake. I have a friend that his mother actually owns a business that has a steamboat where they serve food. They serve food and dinners overnight and things of that nature. So go ahead and check out Sanford, check out the downtown area that I was talking to you about. There's a lot of cool things going on in Sanford. A lot of new construction as well has been taken off a lot over there. Altamont Springs is another amazing community. It's like 15 to 20 minutes from downtown Orlando, so if you work in downtown, it's an ideal spot to live. It's got one of the greatest parks called Crane's Roost Park. It is a beautiful park. It has a beautiful lake in the center, and it's also close to probably one of the best malls here in Orlando, which is the Altamont Springs Mall. It also has a movie theater in the mall, and it's also surrounded by a lot of restaurants, so there's nothing you're missing out when moving to Altamont. The homes there are from like the 1970s plus. You're not really seeing too much new construction in the area, but it is a very popular area for people to move. During 4th of July, don't forget to check this out. You gotta go at least once. They have one of the biggest 4th of July events you'll ever go to, and that's called Red Hot and Boom. And I remember going to these places right before the 4th of July. Amazing fireworks show. Not only that, you have performances by artists. They'll go ahead and put a little stage and put it out in the center of the lake, and have a little concert. It's a lot of people that go to this event. It's so much so that people have to park so far away just to get to the event. It is something to experience, definitely something to look into. Here's Cranes Roost Park. Absolutely beautiful place to go to. You should definitely check it out if you guys do come here. There's a lot of shopping here too, and here is the mall. So I think that's one of the benefits of moving to Altamont Springs as far as like shopping goes, restaurants, downtown Orlando. Maybe you want to catch the Orlando Magic game or an Orlando City game. You're minutes away from there. And then also you're about 45 minutes away from the beach. So Altamont Springs could be a great option for you. Now, the next location that we'll take a look at is very famous because it's actually pretty close to Universal Studios. And it also has an amazing amount of restaurants. We're talking about like Rocco's Tacos, super high-end, 5-star, and that's going to be in Dr. Phillips. Dr. Phillips has become super famous recently only because it is so central. And I keep on saying this about every single suburb, but this one's closer to Orlando, downtown Orlando, than any other neighborhood.
Yeah, right.
Home values have maintained at their highest value in this area just because everything's so close. You're going to be a lot closer to Universal. You're going to be close to International Drive, Point Orlando, the Orlando Eye. So all these places kind of help you enjoy your lifestyle. You have a lot of places to play here. You also have clubs that are close by, restaurants. You have the outlets, which is a great shopping center. There are some amazing deals at the outlets. So just one of the top areas to live in here in Central Florida, especially according to Chat GPT. I agree with them on this one. Let's go ahead and look at another community or suburb close by to Dr. Phillips, and that's going to be Windermere. Windermere is blowing up right now. It is actually getting more new construction than anywhere else in Central Florida, and it will continue to do so. And the reason for that is because it has so much land to develop. Oh my God, that area is going to be next level. So Windermere is located on the left-hand side on the bottom left quadrant of Orlando. It has several chain of lakes. If you like lake living, if you like chains of lakes, if you have a boat, if you have a jet ski, you're gonna love Windermere. It is that lake lifestyle that you've been looking for when coming to a tropical state like Florida. Windermere is going to be minutes from Universal Studios as well. It's going to be pretty close to International Drive as well. The outlets, you got the Millennium Mall that's right around the corner from Windermere, and also Dr. Phillips, forgot to mention that. The Millennium Mall is probably one of the top three along with Altamont, and then there's the Florida Mall. So Dr. Phillips and Windermere are going to be close to Millennium Mall and Florida Mall. So two great shopping centers. You also have a lot of the highways. You have the 408, 429, Interstate 4. So you have all these highways that are going to interconnect you throughout all of Orlando. Now, the downside of these highways is you got to pay tolls. And so that's the only downside I would say. But if you budget that correctly, you'll be completely fine. You'll get to places in minutes and with less traffic. So there are some plus sides to the toll roads here in Orlando. But Windermere is one of the top for sure. And that's why it has made it to the top of our list. Coming out a little bit further, we're going to look at Orlando and we're going to see another amazing community called Lake Nona. This is the newest of the new areas here in Central Florida. And when I say the technology, the innovation that goes into some of these houses and the area itself has been out of this world. Let's go ahead and take a look at Lake Nona and what it has to offer. So Lake Nona is going to be more closer to the airport in the lower right-hand quadrant or the southeast quadrant. You're going to have an amazing community called Laureate Park. That is an amazing community. They're building some of their last phases out in this area. They also have a lot of new construction all up and down Lake Nona. You also have the country club that's located pretty close as well. There's just a lot to do in Lake Nona. I actually have a video, but don't stop this video yet.
Stay here. Stay as long as you can. For the love of God, cherish it.
Jennifer, what?
If you go up here on the right-hand side of the screen, you're gonna see a video pop up. That's the Lake Nona video. Watch that one after this one. That community is absolutely amazing. There's just so much going on. They actually call it Medical City because it is full of medical hospitals. And so it is ideal for individuals that maybe work in the medical field, maybe work for UCF, Gainesville Medicine, UCF Medicine. The Lake Nona region is definitely one of the best. Some of the best golfers actually live in these communities. Like Ian Poulter is one name drop I could definitely put out there. We have some old football players too that have retired out here in Lake Nona. If you're looking at new construction, definitely take a look at Lake Nona. You're literally 10 minutes from the airport. You're 30 minutes to Disney. You have the 417 that's gonna take you all the way across, all the way to Disney, all the way down to Sanford, right? So you have this huge highway that could take you anywhere in Central Florida. You also have the Turnpike. Once you hit here, you have the Turnpike. You'll have also connections to other places like I-4 once you hit down here. And then of course the 429, eventually you'll hit that as well. So you just have so much opportunities when you're moving to the Lake Nona region, and they're about to create another exit just for this area alone. It's going to be called the Osceola Parkway, and that's going to help alleviate a lot of traffic that's going on right here. But I would put Lake Nona region as a really nice area for you to take a look at if you guys decide to move here to Orlando. Now let's go ahead and take a look at number 4, which is going to be Winter Garden. Now, why are we looking at Winter Garden? Winter Garden is probably one of my favorite places. They have an amazing downtown Winter Garden area. It's just like small little shops and also restaurants and pubs, places to drink beer and drink wine, have tapas. I mean, this place is probably one of my favorite downtown areas ever. It's also been around for a while, so it has kind of like a historical aspect to it. And it's also connected to an amazing trail called the West Orange Trail. And so that's why I love Winter Garden. And that trail will go all the way to Claremont area. So the West Orange Trail, if you're a biker, if you love running or anything like that, is probably the best trail in Orlando, hands down. I would tell you, because I'm a cyclist. Yes, I'm one of those annoying people that ride in the middle of the street, not in the middle, but on the side. And so hopefully you don't hate me for that. But I definitely can tell you that West Orlando, if you're going that way, if you're living in Winter Garden and you like trails, if you like exercise, Winter Garden's the place to be for that. Winter Garden has amazing lakes as well, like Lake Apopka. We have a couple other chains of lakes throughout the area. You're going to see a lot of new construction here too, and also old construction. Living closer to the downtown areas, you're going to see some older homes, but they have such modern characteristics that kind of bring them back to life, but also keep that character of time frame. So I definitely love Winter Garden. It's a great area to be. Don't forget to let us know if you guys like any of our content that we're putting out right now. And the way I know that, not only if you comment down below, but if you like this video, and to really know if you love these kind of videos and learning about Orlando and looking at the map and understanding it, feel free to subscribe to the channel. I mean, we have so many people coming here all the time, and we love it when they reach out to us to talk about what areas they would prefer, what areas they wouldn't, what makes sense to them, what doesn't, what's a perfect area here. That's what we're here for. We're here to help you guys get to where you need to go and be happy the first time around. That way you don't have to live somewhere and regret it later. And so ultimately, that's what we're here for. So in any case, let's move on to the next one. It's going to be Horizon West. So Horizon West, boom, we're coming back out of Orlando. We're going to go back in. We are going to be at Horizon West. Horizon West, another great area, located really close to Claremont and also Windermere, Lake Butler, Bay Hill, those areas. You're going to have a lot of conservation on this side of town, but I love Horizon West because Horizon West has the most amount of new construction that you'll ever see in your life. And if you want something new, you want to be close to Disney, and you want to enjoy the lakes, and you want to also have an amazing new shopping centers, brand new. There's so much development on this side of town. You definitely have to check it out. One cool part about Horizons West is the 429 running straight through it. And so you're able to get from north to south. Nobody really takes the 429. I might be biased to that, but every time I go down it, I never have any issues with traffic. That side of town, at the time of recording this video at least, right? Because things can change. I think that's one of the cool part about living out there in Horizon West is definitely there's a lot of opportunity in finding something brand new. This is one of my favorite little towns in the world. I grew up really close to here in Winter Springs, and I'm gonna tell you, Oviedo is probably one of the most underrated locations in Orlando. And the reason for that is because Oviedo sits on the line of the outskirts of Orlando, but at the same time being so close to Orlando. What do I mean by that? Oviedo was found on a community or small town feel, but now it's gotten so big, it's absolutely crazy. One of the most famous places there is called Oviedo on the Parks. A lot of people are moving to that area because it has that master plan community feel where townhomes and homes are all together. And then in the city center, you have your restaurants, you have amazing bars, microbreweries, you have all these other things. The other cool part about Oviedo is it's actually right around the corner from UCF. UCF is right there. You also have Seminole State College. I don't know if we can see it here, but UCF is right here. And so a lot of people are moving to Oviedo because not only that, I didn't even say this, but it's Chat GPT says the schools here are amazing. Here's the University of Central Florida. You'll see this part is Orange County, and then you cross the line here and you're in Seminole. And Seminole County is where Oviedo's located. One of my favorite areas ever to actually visit. They have, 10 years ago, Oviedo looked completely different. It had such a small city center, one lane and one lane, just had one lane going each way, right? And that was the center of the city. They're opening it up to 3 lanes. Another cool thing about Oviedo is that they're famous for loving on their chickens. It used to be a chicken town. They were famous for it. They used to grow a lot of celery out there. The community has really embraced the chicken, and the chicken is like their mascot per se in Oviedo. There are very small established restaurants that have been there also for a long time. The Townhouse, if you're ever in the area for breakfast, is probably one of the best places. So definitely check that out. But in any case, Oviedo hits number 2 because of its new shops, its restaurants, and it's rapidly growing like crazy. Also outdoor activities. A lot of people don't know this, but you can actually go, let's see if I can find it. You can actually go up here. There is a restaurant, and at that restaurant in Black Hammock, you can go to airboat riding to go see one of the most alligator infested lakes in Orlando is Lake Jessup. So you could go there and you can eat on the dock, and then in the restaurant they have there, and they also have an amazing airboat ride. And trust me, they will keep you safe. But this is where the majority of the alligators get dumped when they're found in communities. They get dumped into Lake Jessup. So just a note, Lake Jessup is full of alligators. So in any case, nothing to worry about though. I know you guys are from out of state, you're probably freaking out and seeing all those videos of alligators being in people's front yards. I don't see them. The most I've seen them is in the lake. I've never seen them in my front yard or in my backyard. So don't be scared. If anything, they're more scared of you than you are them, but don't mess with them. Call somebody to handle them and have them removed professionally if that is the case. But anyways, that's just a little bit of an explanation on the alligator situation here. Let's go ahead and get to the last part. And the last part of Orlando that is super famous, super amazing, based on what Chat GPT told us. And I do have to agree, Chat GPT got this really good. Winter Park is located right here on the top right quadrant of Orlando. Remember we told you I-4, 408. It's gonna be up here in the top quadrant. Winter Park has been around for years. Man, when I think of Winter Park, the first thing I think about is these huge homes that they are knocking down these 3 one-bedroom homes and building these huge mansions on. And so Winter Park has been famous for that. They have amazing houses there. It's worth a drive through. It's one of the only communities too that has almost no HOA in any of the communities, but is well maintained as its own animal. The cool thing about Winter Park too is an amazing area called Park Ave. Park Ave serves to the community as a bunch of little shops, boutique shops. You also have restaurants. You have also a botanical garden. At the botanical garden, they do events like Halloween. They'll do a Christmas event. This is the most central. I know I said that on every single one, but I promise you, this one is the most central in Orlando because you could get anywhere from Winter Park.
Yeah, right.
You also have the closest highway is going to definitely be Interstate 4, where you don't have any tolls unless you take the speed pass, which is a toll that's in the center of the highway that helps you get from one side of Orlando to another at a cost, of course. But it actually helped our infrastructure and grew that part of Orlando not be so congested. So also definitely Winter Park has just so much to offer, so many little lakes, so many parks, just a beautiful area to be in. And so if you're close to Winter Park, I definitely stop there just to take a look and dream, because I'm telling you, these houses are absolutely beautiful. They look like they belong in Europe. Go ahead and check out Park Ave. You'll absolutely love it. Even if you don't live in Winter Park, go visit it. That pretty much wraps up our list. So that's all we have for the top 10 suburbs of Central Florida. If you like this video, feel free to give us a like, subscribe, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. Let us know if we can help you find that perfect suburb for you. Like I said, there's more than one here in Orlando, and we'd be happy to help you find the right spot that suits you and your family, and ultimately getting you here closer to maybe Mickey Mouse or closer to family. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and comment below on what you think the best suburb is.